Having Brave has been the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my entire life.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maya. This is my son Brave. We do videos alongside my husband Manny, and if you'd like to follow us on our new journey as new parents, hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the notifications so you get notified every time we post a new video. So this week's video is gonna be us leaving Brave for the first time. Well, we left once, but he's just making all these noises. We have left him before once, but it was probably less than an hour that we were gone. So this time we're actually gonna go on a date and like get lunch and spend time away from him. So yeah, we're gonna leave him with my mom and my sister. So they just got here to watch him, and now we're gonna head out and leave Bravey. Oh,
hi, puppy. Say hi.
He's excited.
Say hi.
He said, I'm tired of you guys. We're filming our first real date night, so you guys why does it look so Hi, sick woman. This seems so staged.
I know.
She lived right here. These are his babysitters. Oh god.
But he's holding his hand up.
Oh, my big friend. He's so big now. Hi, friend. 2 weeks that you've been gone.
Hi, Freddie.
My breath. Don't put that in scary. My mom just be my butt.
So we are picking up sushi, and then we're gonna go to the park and just have a little picnic. It's hot outside, but
you gotta do what you gotta do.
We want a date
for your
night.
marriage.
We want a date night, so we're gonna do something, even if it's just sitting at a park and eating. Honestly, the last video we put out, we were eating sushi. We clearly love sushi. So we're about to go pick it up and then have a date night at the park.
Alright guys, we found a spot here at the park.
Next to the ducks.
Next to the ducks there.
We've been attacked by those ducks before, so that's why I'm
Those
sitting.
specific ducks?
Yes, once here.
There's a lake. So we bought sushi.
Hot Cheetos.
Bought some
Dr.
snacks.
Pepper. I still have like a bunch of diapers on my purse. But that's why I'm sitting this way, because I'm watching the ducks, because I'm literally scared of them because they attacked us once. Because coronavirus, it forced us to be out in nature, because me and Manny don't do well outdoors.
Oh, I hate nature.
Like, if it was
That's
up
why I
to
brought
us,
a little seat for me to sit on.
Yeah, Manny's not even sitting on a blanket with me. He doesn't want to touch the grass. Had nothing been going on, we would have just went to a restaurant and like got super fancy. Now we're outdoors, and Manny saw a bug and he's like, oh, I hate it out here.
But it's actually pretty cool. I love like the scenery. So we didn't think this through. There's a bunch of ants everywhere.
They're all over there where I was sitting. Yeah, we probably should have brought a different blanket because all the bugs are getting through. And I got bit like 3 times, so now I took Manny's chair.
My chair.
We weren't made for the outdoors. We're going back to the car. The reason why there was so many ants is we were sitting right next to an anthill. I said, let's get the heck out of here.
2 hours later.
Okay guys, we just got home. We're so excited to see Bravey. I feel like I'm pregnant still.
Hi, Brandy. Hi, friends. Hello.
Oh, it's so dark.
He's fully awake.
We bought you Cheetos.
You lied.
No.
That's your gift for watching Brave.
Go ahead. I don't need hot Cheetos.
You want to get up? How was it?
He was perfect. He's
He was
chilling.
good.
Oh, look, he's like, yeah.
He played Century for like freaking 45 minutes.
He
He's like,
loves it, huh?
Changed his diaper too.
oh,
Good
yeah,
job.
baby, change your diaper.
Gang gang.
It was only pee, so we back for round
Look,
2
he's
soon.
staring at me. Hi. He said, oh, I know you're here.
He said, Mommy.
Okay guys, so we started this video with a vlog of our date night, but we wanted to sit down and get real and talk about our marriage now that we have a baby. And we didn't film an outro or anything because we got home, saw the baby, and we kind of just like lost track of time, and we were just like, at the end of the night we were like, oh my gosh, we didn't finish vlogging. But this is something that we wanted to talk about on our date night, so we just wanted to sit down. This is like a different day. We wanted to sit down and talk about a
different week, babe.
Oh yeah. I don't know where my head's at. So this is why we're in different clothing and a whole different setup. We're not vlogging anymore. We're like having a sit down video if you guys were confused. We're just gonna get kind of into it. This is gonna be pretty real and raw of the struggles that we've had, and I just wanted to be completely honest just because I know that new parents have been following us on here. I know that you guys see like all of our videos and us on social media, but I just wanted us to get real, and so other parents or young parents or new parents can kind of see that like they're not alone if they're struggling a little bit in their marriage, or any just like little struggles that they've had now that they had a child.
And again, I think you guys see us on social media and we're always posting about each other and hyping each other up, and that all of that's great, but I think social media only shows the good thing and like the high moments. But the reality is that we do have moments where we need a little bit of help. We do have moments where we're not perfect. We just want to let you guys know that you guys aren't alone, and that everybody struggles with it. But it's just kind of finding your way through it and making sure that you just don't get stuck there.
So I think one of our biggest struggles that we noticed was not having date night as often has been a huge thing, because almost every night was like date night for me and Manny.
Yeah,
we had like a date night every single night, whether it was like, oh, we were just gonna lay in bed, watch movies and have takeout, or we were gonna go to a park, or we were gonna drive up, look at a view, or we were gonna go to a restaurant. Like we always had something every night, a few times a week at least. Switching to having like no date nights, not only because of the baby but because quarantine and stuff, but with having a baby it was just like trying to find the time to have date nights was so hard. Not only like getting ready for date nights and like trying to find the time to get ready, trying to find someone to watch him, making sure I had enough breast milk so that someone could watch him, like all of that stuff I think has affected like us, because we were spending so much time together, and then going from like every single day just us two to having like no time alone, like ever.
We kind of caught it pretty early on. I mean, I think it was like within the first 3 weeks we were like, hey, something's wrong, you know, something's off. And that's when she was like, okay, we're going on a date night. My mom's watching the baby. So I think we became very creative with our nights. So like we'll sit in our room, have dinner and watch a movie, and we'll sit down and we'll talk. That's date night for us. And obviously that's not going to be the way that it's going to be for forever, but for now that's what's working for us.
But I think it's just being intentional. That's something I have to remind myself, like, okay, let's like be intentional and make time, even if it's like once every 2 to 3 weeks. Like let's have time with when it's just us two. Another struggle that we've had since we've had Brave is we bicker a lot more. It's not like fights, it's not like huge arguments where we're like, oh my gosh, I hate you. It's literally just like little bickerings all the time. It's like,
here's an example, okay? So this morning I had the baby and she was like, well, you have the baby, I'm gonna go wash all the dishes. And I looked at her and I was like, all of the dishes? There's like 3 things in there. And she looked over and she's like, yeah, all of the dishes. And I'm like, okay. Not only that, but I'm just so sensitive. Like, I'm so sensitive. I'm not joking. Like that to me was so offensive. It was like she was calling me out, like, why didn't you wash the dishes, you know? When in reality that's not the case. And I think just with added responsibility and having Brave, it's kind of started to reveal a few things, you know, within us, you know?
Yeah, I think one, it's like we have way more responsibility, and then on top of it we have less time to do it, and then on top of it we're like a little sleep deprived.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's all of it combined. Like it's not like we have like the house has more dishes since Brave is here. It's not like that stuff. It's literally just like because Brave is here we have less time to do all that stuff. And before we would clean the house every second and it was like the house was spotless all the time. So like after having Brave it's like we have to find the time to like do all these things, and we have a lot more responsibilities. Like okay, if I'm washing the dishes he still has to be watching Brave, so it's not like he can help me. And then on top of it like we're tired, so So I think that has a lot to do with like little bickerings. Is like we're bickering for no reason. It's like, why don't you move the pillow?
The great thing is that, again, we catch it very early on. In the moment, we're like, what are we doing? And that's when we'll apologize and we're like, hey, this isn't okay. So I think the great thing about us is that we were best friends for so long before Brave came. So we know how to apologize, we know how to forgive each other, we know how to have grace with each other. Even when we're annoyed at each other or we're bickering, I think we've learned, hey, like, let's have grace for each other, because it's hard. I was telling her the other day, having Brave has been the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my entire life. Looking back at the last few weeks, my God, we've been doing such a freaking great job. But the great thing is that we acknowledge it, right? That we know that it's there.
And that we can say like, okay, sorry. Like, we'll bicker, but then like turn around 5 seconds later and we're like, okay, sorry.
I'm sorry that I moved the pillow the way it needed to be moved.
I think another struggle, which is completely on us, it's not Brave's fault at all, he didn't ask for this, but it's been co-sleeping, which we're gonna try to sleep train. That's a whole nother topic, that's a whole nother video.
We're currently, like, right now researching as much as we can. We were gonna try to start today, but I think after doing more research we're like, okay, maybe we should just hold off. But anyways,
co-sleeping has been like a huge factor. Not having the bed to ourselves has been a huge thing, I think.
Yeah.
Cause like if Manny was at work all day and I was at work all day and we get home and we have like meetings, or if we had to like film videos or whatever, it was like, oh, it's fine, because at the end of the night we're gonna come lay down together. We're gonna watch a movie together. And now it's not like I could turn around and cuddle with Manny because I'm laying down breastfeeding or the baby's right there and like I can't like turn around and just like, oh, I want to cuddle with my husband. So I think that's been like a huge thing, because for me, I used to cuddle with you all the time even though you didn't want it. I used to like want to cuddle with Manny all the time while we were watching movies and stuff. So I think that's been a huge factor, is like having the baby in bed with us changes the whole game, you know?
Yeah. And then obviously the whole sex part, I think it's really had a huge effect on us. Like, we don't have sex as much as we used to, you know what I mean? No, honestly.
Yeah.
And again, not Brave's fault.
It's not Brave's fault. Like I said at the beginning, he didn't ask for it. Like,
he didn't ask to co-sleep. Like, we were the ones that were like, oh sure, co-sleeping, whatever works for you. And no, and absolutely whatever works for you.
But I think it's just like learning to work with what's our new lifestyle.
We keep reminding ourselves that this isn't forever. Maya told me the other day, Brave is only a baby for 365 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. We only get to do this with him once. We're gonna treasure every single moment of it. But of course, we're gonna try our best to meet each other's needs as well, you know?
Another thing that we've had to deal with is like keeping up with like everyday life. So like YouTube is one of them. Keeping up with cleaning the house, doing laundry, walking the dog, doing all that stuff, like the stuff that we would do before Brave. Now with Brave has been a huge struggle. I literally just started making dinner again, what, a week ago? Like, people were bringing food, people were ordering us food, we were ordering food, and I didn't like have time to clean the kitchen, make dinner. And not that I didn't have time, it was just trying to find the time to make dinner and like clean up after dinner, pack up the dinner. That's just like dinner on top of like doing laundry, cleaning our room, walking the dog. So doing all of that with Brave has been like such an adjustment, because he's almost 2 months now and I'm just now learning how to like do everyday things again. Like we would keep the house clean like for the most part, but it was like we would keep the house clean because we had people here helping us. Like people would take the baby and we would clean up the house. But trying to do it on our own has been like a huge thing. And I know like I still want to make dinner for me and Manny, and I still want to make him coffee in the morning and make breakfast and stuff like that.
It's just all normal things that we're gonna have to deal with, and that you guys are gonna have to deal with if you're having a baby.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world, it's horrible. I think it's just adjusting. And the last thing has been like seeing eye to eye with parenting stuff. Well, he was raised one way, I was raised another way. With Brave, like little things like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do it like that, or maybe he shouldn't wear that, or maybe he should try this instead. No, maybe you should try this. And we're trying to be like so graceful about it. Like,
we've been pretty good about like sitting
down.
down.
We've argued about parenting stuff.
Even with sleep training, we're still trying to figure out what is gonna work best for our family. And I think that's the biggest thing that people need to realize. Even though we both came from different backgrounds, even though she was raised a certain way and I was raised a certain way, now this is family. You know, now this is our immediate families. We got to create the culture that works best for us.
Yeah.
And we got to set the tone for the way that we want Brave to be raised.
That's
and
so true.
Not allowing anybody else's voice to kind of sway us or influence us. Obviously, we still look to people that we really like, admire, like her mom and my mom. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's our decision, it's our family, and it's our son. I think that's what we've really been really great about.
Alright guys, so that was it for us talking about our marriage after having a baby. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!